Hi! Today on Araw-Araw Filipino, we will learn about nouns that use the suffixes an and han. This is part 2 of our lesson. In part 1, we learned that an and han are suffixes used to name the purpose of a place or tool. Hulapi na gamit sa pagpangalan sa layunin ng isang lugar o gamit. Again, suffix is hulapi, used gamit, to, sa, name, pagpangalan, the, sa, purpose, layunin, of, ng, a, isang, place, lugar, or, o, tool, gamit. In part 1, we focused on naming the purpose of a place. In this part 2, we will focus on naming the purpose of a tool. So to form nouns using an and han as suffixes, we simply take the root word, add the suffix, and it becomes a noun. The root word is salita, suffix hulapi, noun, pangalan. Here is our first sentence. This pot is what I use for cooking pasta. Itong kaldero na ito ang gamit ko sa pagluluto ng pasta. This, itong, pot, kaldero. This pot. Itong kaldero na ito. Is what? Ang, I, ko, use, gamit. For, sa, cooking, pagluluto. Now, we can simply say, ito ang lutuan ko ng pasta. Much shorter, isn't it? From that long sentence, the words pot, kaldero, used for cooking, gamit sa pagluluto, are all rolled down to one word in Filipino. That is lutuan. The purpose of the pot is for cooking. So, we simply say lutuan. That is our first word that uses the suffix an. And this is the tool or the vessel you use for cooking. Here is our first set of words that end with an or han. And these are for cooking related tools. Our root words are cook, luto, fry, prito, grill, ihaw, boil, kulo, cook rice. Yes, we have a special word for that, saing. The nouns that we can form from this are the cooking vessel, what you use to cook in, is lutuan. Your frying pan is prituhan. Now, note that luto and prito both ended in the letter O. And so when we added the suffix in the noun, we changed the O to AU in lutuan and pritohan. Now, why did we use an for lutuan and then han for prituhan, even though the root words both ended in the same vowel? The answer to this is in the way we speak the words luto and prito. Luto has a glottal stop at the end of it. A glottal stop is when we close our vocal folds and it forms a catch. Just like when we say we say luto. That has a glottal stop, and in that case, we added an as the suffix. But prito does not have a glottal stop, we added han at the end of it. The griller or your barbecue is ihawan. Your kettle is kuluan. You see, the word kulo also has a glottal stop, and so we used an at the end of it. And your rice cooker is saingan. Here is another set of sentences using the new words that we have learned. This pan is for frying fish. Para sa pagpriprito ng isda ang kawaling ito. This, ito. Pan, kawali. For, para sa. Frying, pagpriprito. Fish, isda. We can also simply say, ito ang prituhan ng isda. And pan for frying is prituhan. Do you have a griller? May ihawan ka ba? Do you have may blank ka ba? Griller, ihawan. Let us look at another example and also learn about the Filipino words for rice. Do we still have rice? May bigas pa ba tayo? Do we have may ba tayo? Still pa. And rice is bigas. Did you cook rice? Nagsaing ka ba ng kanin? Did you cook? Nagsaing ka ba? We can also say nagluto, but when we are talking about cooking rice, we commonly say nagsaing. And this time, rice is kanin. So, what's the difference here? In the first sentence, the rice being referred to is the raw or uncooked rice. In the second sentence, we are referring to the cooked rice, which is kanin. Going back to our lesson, the rice cooker is still full of rice. Puno pa ng kanin ang saingan. Ang rice cooker, which is our cooking vessel, is saingan. Specifically for cooking rice, we use the word saingan. And full is puno of ng. And because we are talking about cooked rice, we said kanin. Let us look at a new set of words, this time for clothing-related tools. Here are our root words. Iron. The action of ironing is plancha, and the iron itself that we use is also plancha. Sun-dry, bilad. Hang, sampay. And hook, sabit. The nouns that we can form from this are ironing board. What we use to iron on is plantsahan. The drying mat where we dry our clothing is bilaran. Washing line where we hang our clothes, sampayan. And hook. What we hook our hangers on or what we hook our clothes on is sabitan. Let us look at some sentences using those words. The clothes on the washing line are dry now. Tuyo na ang mga damit sa sampayan. The, ang, clothes, mga damit, on the, sa, washing line, sampayan, dry, tuyo, and now is na. The whites are still on the drying mat. Nasa bilaran pa ang mga puti. Whites, mga puti. Still, pa. On the, nasa. And drying mat, bilaran. Here are some more sentences. Please put back the clip bag on the hook. Pakibalik mo ang bag ng sipit sa sabitan. Please is paki, put back, balik. So, please put back, pakibalik. The English sentence has an implied you, Y-O-U. And in Filipino, we put that word in the sentence, which is mo. The, ang, clip, sipit. So, clip bag is bag ng sipit. On the, sa. Hook, sabitan. I will get the ironing board. Kukuhain ko ang plansahan. I, ko, will get, kukuhain. Ironing board, plansahan. Here is a new set of words, this time for resting-related tools. Lie down is higa. Sit, upo. Lean back, sandal. To put something in a container, lagay. To put something on a surface, patong. The nouns that we can form from this are bed, higaan. Seat or chair is upuan. Backrest is sandalan. Container is lagayan, and counter or any surface that you put something on is patungan. Let us use those words in sentences. Is mom in bed? Nasa higaan ba si nanay? Mom, nanay. And there is a si before nanay because we use nanay like a name. Nanay is what we call our mom. In nasa, bed, higaan, and there is a word ba in that question because it is answerable by yes or no. She is just resting on a chair. Nagpapahinga lang siya sa upuan. She, siya. Just lang. Resting, nagpapahinga. On, sa, chair, upuan. She likes the firm backrest. Gusto niya ang matigas na sandalan. She, we use the possessive form which is niya. Likes, gusto. The, ang, firm, matigas, backrest, sandalan. Here are some more sentences. Where is the flour container? Nasaan ang lagayan ng harina? Where, nasaan? The, ang, flour, harina, and container, lagayan. Put the container on the counter. Ilagay mo ang container sa patungan. We could also say, ilagay mo ang lagayan sa patungan. Put, ilagay, on the, sa, and counter, the surface that you put the container on is patungan. So if your surface is, let's say, on top of the fridge or on top of the shelf, you can simply call it patungan. Here is our last set of words, and this time it is for measuring tools. You can use this for your practice. Our root words are weigh, timbang, measure, sukat, scoop, takal, count, bilang. The nouns that we can form from this are, the scale or weighing scale is timbangan. Measure, what you measure against, is sukatan. Scoop, what you use to scoop, takalan. And your counter, what you use to count things, is bilangan. That is our lesson on words ending with an or han for tools. And for your homework, here are some sentences to translate. Please put the meat on the weighing scale. This door is what I measure my height on. I cannot find the scoop for the flour. Have fun translating this into Filipino. I hope you can join us again next time on Araw-Araw Filipino. Thank you. Salamat po. Now, a few words from my son, Max.
Thought this video was cool? Watch the next one and like and subscribe to the channel too if you haven't yet.
Bye-bye!
Bye!